Welcome back, folks. Good morning. I've got in my hand something that I use here an awful lot. 7th generation. It's soap. Now, my sister turned me onto this quite a long time ago, and I am forever thankful for that. This here can be used for any kind of soap. This is from washing dishes to washing clothes, to washing your hair, to washing your body, to wash your body. And a little tiny bit, and I am talking about a dime-sized drop, goes a long ways. Now, this is 19 ounces. It's about 11 inches tall, and it is earth friendly, okay? 7th generation. I use this an awful lot, folks. And I do wash my hair with it, and I do wash my body. I wash my clothes. I wash my dishes. I use it for everyday cleaning. Okay? Now, this here, it says it's powered by plants, zero fragrance. But you can get them in lavender scented. You can get them in a few different fragrances, I guess. And a bottle like this, for me, for using it for everything that I just mentioned, lasts me just about a year, folks. Okay, a little bit goes a long way. It's really good on greasy dishes, all of that, okay? And the only place I've been able to find it here locally is at Walmart. It's been a while since I bought this, but comparatively, it's cheaper than Dawn dish liquid. I have found anyway. Like 3 something. Now I don't know what the price is now, but 3 something. So this is, if you can do all your cleaning and all your bathing and all your dishes for a year, for me, for $4, less than $4, this is a go for. Okay, go to. Now, I also want to show you, because I want to bring these back inside because it's a little chilly out here, that you can can a lot of things, and a lot of you already know this, I'm sure. But this right here, I can, well, this is non-dairy liquid creamer. Okay. I jar that up in pint jars. Good. I've got whole milk that I jarred up. Now, this needs a pressure canner, folks, okay? It has to come up to pressure. Now, milk, I find, is as easy as canning water. Now, for here in Maine, with my elevation, you use a cold jar, a cold milk, or cold creamer, and you put it in cold water in your pressure canner, okay? And then you have to, bring it up to temperature, right? And that, it's got a vent for 10 minutes. Once it's done venting, you put the pressure gauge on, the little pressure weight, and then you bring it up to here. It's 11 pounds of pressure. And just as soon as it comes up to 11 pounds of pressure, you shut it off, folks. Okay? And then you have canned milk or canned creamer. All right? So that's just an alternative. Now, you don't have to jar any of this up. You can get powdered milk. You can get powdered creamer, which probably would store better and longer if you did it right. And, you can tuck them in wherever you need to. I just happen to have a little bit of time, and I just threw mine into jars. But I also can my butter. Okay, this right here is a pint jar. I usually can them for just me because I don't use much butter here. I put them in half pint like jelly jars and can them that way. Now you can can butter a lot of ways, but it's a longer process, especially if you make ghee. I would recommend you, if you're interested in putting milk or butter into jars, I would recommend you go to 3 websites. One is Homestead Heart. I love that woman right to death. I think we would get along really great. She does a lot of canning, and she has several videos out there on how to can butter and vegetables and rice and all of that, all right? So Homestead Heart is one. What is it? Rosered Homestead. She is another one. She is a very intelligent lady, and she's methodical about it. And she does a lot of canning as well, so check her out. And another one is Sutton's Days. Those are basically the three channels that I like to watch for canning things the simple way, but the safe way, okay? So those 3, and they're all on YouTube, folks. Now, I also can a lot of fruit juice. And this right here is elderberry. Okay, elderberry juice. And I have a lot of elderberry here because I live next to a bog. So I have a lot of, natural elderberry bushes here, for which I am very fortunate. Elderberry is very, very good for a lot of things, all right? So last year we had a very poor elderberry season because we started out really, really dry. Not much rain. We had quite a drought. And so last year I was only able to get, I think, 2 elderberries. That's it. Out of all the elderberry bushes I have here, 2 elderberries I got, and I just plopped them into my mouth. But there is a caution on elderberries. You're going to have to do your research on elderberries. They have to be ripe. If they are not ripe, then they're going to do a lot of harm to you. They're poisonous, all right? But you can take the berry of the season. You can, if you have a freeze dryer, you can freeze dry them. If you have a freezer, you can throw them in the freezer. You can also juice any berry out there or any fruit out there, and I prefer to do that. So I have this is elderberry juice, and I'm hoping I have a good elderberry turnout this year, because this is 2019, here it is 2022, I'm running low. So I'm saving this for when I get sick, or if I feel that's a lot of things going on, or because I don't have much contact here in the woods, right? So if somebody comes in from outside and they've been exposed, I'll open one of these up and I'll drink it just to get my immune system going a little bit. So juice. I also do apple juice, and I just do bland apple juice with just the apple juice in it, and sometimes I'll throw a cinnamon stick in there and can it up, and it's really good, folks. So there's that. Now the last thing I want to talk about today is, remember I said to do some research on condiments or your bread recipes or whatever for quick reference. Well, quite some time ago I started a condiment notebook, and I've got everything in here on how to make yeast from the wild, and I can't do this with gloves on. I took a recipe from a Canadian cookbook back in 1866 on how they made yeast, all right? And this recipe will make 1 pint, well, 1 pint of yeast will make 18 pounds of bread. So this right here is something that they used to use in the woods camps, the logging camps years ago. They had a camp cook, and that's how they did that. But I've got everything in here, how to make mayonnaise, how to make mustard. I make a lot of mustard here. Honey mustard, barbecue sauce, ketchup, buffalo ranch dressing, salad dressing, the Miracle Whip, how to make sour cream. There's a lot of things in here that will be my to-go book if something were to happen, okay? I could make it from scratch. So there are some ideas, folks. Some things really do need to be pressure canned or water bath. It's got to be done right, folks, because you don't want to get botulism. You don't want to be putting up food to feed your family so you can survive just to do something wrong or miss a step and find that you have botulism in there and you're eating it, and then you really hurt your family, right? So everything's got to be done right. Everything has got to be done. Everything's got to be packaged right. It's got to be stored right. So that is an important step. When you are preparing food, you cannot cheat, folks. You cannot cheat. Now, like canning milk is not, well, it wasn't in the ball canning guide, only because they haven't researched it, okay? Now, you can be that canner that only goes by a certain method that is in like a ball book or the American Canner, whatever that other one is. There's two big ones, Ball and American Canner, I think. Now, you can go just by that. There are other ways to do that, but there is a caution. And those three ladies that I gave you the YouTube channels to, they will also give you that warning, okay? But just because it's not in the Ball book doesn't mean it's not safe. It just means that they haven't taken the time to research that, all right? So, I've canned butter for years. I've canned milk for years. I'm still alive, right? But I make sure I take all those precautions while in that process. There's no cheating when it comes to preserving of any kind, folks, all right? There are some proven methods out there that aren't scientifically proven, and I've got something that keeps flashing across my screen, so it looks like I'm still recording. But, so there's a few things to think about, and again, when the snow ever melts, and I can get away from the yard, then there's going to be a lot of foraging videos. There's going to be a lot of gardening videos. How we do our wood here, why we store the wood the way we do. It's something, it just works for us here. So I'm going to try to keep it educational. I'm going to try to keep it interesting until I can get to other things, all right? So if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. And I very rarely go back and watch my videos that I post, folks. And somebody informed me yesterday that there are ads in my videos. I've got to take time today and see what they're doing to my videos, because if I'm not monetizing, they've got ads in there, and they started putting those ads in there, I guess, after I got over 500 subscribers. So I'm not really sure if that's normal or what, but I am not putting the ads in there, folks, okay? If it ever comes to a point where I do decide to monetize, I don't see anything that's going to be any different. If the ads are in there already, it's not like I can go in and take the ads out, folks. So I'm not really sure. I'm all new at this, and if I ever do get to that point where I feel that you know, well, a little extra money here and there is, and to give information, that's all right too, right? I mean, I am out of work, folks, okay, because I refused this. I'm out of work. So, but I did plan way ahead of time, and I am a planner, so I'm doing pretty good. So I just didn't manage my coffee very much. I didn't expect to be drinking so much coffee, and shame on me for even drinking so much coffee. But I am, and I'm not out of coffee. I was out of instant coffee. You know, the cheater coffee, just the quick coffee. But I do have percolated coffee, and that takes a lot longer to do. I usually do that in the evening when I've got my feet up in front of the fire, or I'll just dig my camp coffee pot out and, you know, the percolator pot, and put coffee in there and water over it, and then set it on the back of the stove. That's how I do it. And back when I was doing that every day, and before, you know, pre-pandemic, people would come over, and they would drink my coffee, and they said, this is definitely camp coffee. But I told them it's basically concentrate. You add water, keep adding water, until you get it the way you like it. So anyway, that's all I've got for right now, folks. I'm trying to step back and think of what I have here that is so normal to me that I don't think others might be interested in or have never thought of, because it's part of my everyday norm. So I'm kind of stepping back a little bit. So, you know, I went to wash the dish yesterday, and I'm like, oh, you know, this here, probably people don't even know about this, or maybe they do, or maybe they know about it, have never tried it, and they don't know how good this stuff is right here. All right, so that's all there is. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see what we can do for another video, maybe later today. Thank you so much.